What is happening, guys? Welcome to Techniper channel, and this is the review of Xiaomi Poco F1. When Xiaomi launched Poco F1 smartphone a few weeks ago, it got mixed reaction from tech enthusiasts. Firstly, it's very commendable of Xiaomi to bring a smartphone with such a great specifications at such a low price. I mean, you may already be aware that the Xiaomi Poco F1 is the first smartphone to bring Snapdragon 845 chipset under a $300 smartphone. So let's get started with our review. The shorter review is it's a power-packed smartphone in a budget-friendly price. Let's call it a budget flagship or an affordable flagship because that's what it is. And for the longer review, we will be talking about different aspects of the smartphone in different sections. So let's first talk about the design. And it's a 6.18-inch IPS LCD screen with full HD display having 1080 by 2246 pixels, and there is an aspect ratio of 18.7 by 9, and the pixel density is 403. And there is a speaker grill on the bottom and a USB Type-C slot for charging and data transfer. The other grill is for mic, and the audio jack, the 3.5mm audio jack, has been moved to the top. So again, there is a secondary mic on the top for noise cancellation and recording audio and stereo when you are recording videos or doing video calls. And on the right hand side, we have the volume rocker and the power button placed appropriately like other Xiaomi smartphones. On the left hand side, we have got the hybrid SIM slot. So on the front, we have got all screen with a notch, and notch is important because it houses the infrared sensor for face unlock. There is a front camera, the earpiece, and the proximity sensor, which is all there in the notch. We will talk about the notch in a moment, but let's first talk about the dual camera setup, that is 12 megapixel plus 5 megapixel. So the 12 megapixel is the primary camera, primary sensor, and the 5 megapixel is the depth sensor for getting those blurred bokeh effects. Along with that, there is a fingerprint sensor on the back, and on the bottom part there is a branding of Xiaomi. It says Poco by Xiaomi. So that's it for the back panel. To be honest, the design of the Xiaomi Poco F1 is not impressive. They have used polycarbonate body, which is basically plastic. So what you are getting is a plastic built smartphone, which is not that impressive if you want to show off your smartphone. About the premium feel, I can agree on this part that it is not at all premium looking smartphone, but if you use it with the lucent black case that comes with the Poco F1, the smartphone looks quite cool. I'm very happy with my smartphone when it is inside the black translucent case. So another thing I was skeptical about was the notch, which many reviewers tagged as an ugly looking notch. Some have implemented it nicely while others have not, and if you do not feel that it is a great looking notch, you can turn it off in Xiaomi Poco F1. Although turning it off will not make it unnoticeable because it is not an OLED screen. So better turn it on and get a larger aspect ratio. And the reason for the presence of notch is that it houses the infrared sensor, which is used for unlocking your smartphone using your face. So when you start using face unlock on this phone, you will appreciate how fast it is, and you will remember that the notch is there because it houses the infrared sensor for it to work. So you will have to make small changes in your daily usage patterns because you will not be able to view notifications in the notification area. You will have to swipe down to the notification panel to see the notifications, and there is just a small room on the either side, left hand side or right hand side. You get to see the battery and the network signal on the right hand side, and the time is on the left hand side. So these are small trade-offs that you will have to make if you want to buy this smartphone. Talking about the camera, the phone got delivered just one day before I had a flight to catch to Goa, so I spent 2 days relying on the camera of the Poco F1. I have used the smartphone in almost every condition, and like I said in my shorter review, the dual camera setup of 12 megapixel plus 5 megapixel on the back is pretty impressive. So these were some of the photos that I took during my Goa trip. When it comes to video recording, both the front and the back camera are capable of recording Full HD videos, and you can shoot 4K videos from the back camera. There is also a slow-mo mode available in the cameras where you can take 120 fps videos at 1080p resolution and 240 fps videos at 720p resolution. There is no optical image stabilization in either of the cameras, but there is an electronic image stabilization in the back cameras, and it works quite well. I have recorded this video using the Poco F1 camera, and you can also check the samples for the slow-mo and how the stabilization works. Talking about other specifications, we have already mentioned that it is powered by Snapdragon 845 chipset, which is the most premium chipset available in the market currently, and it has also got Adreno 630 GPU, which is quite impressive. There is a 6 GB of RAM even for the base variant with 64 GB of internal storage. It has got 4000 mAh of battery with a quick charge 3.0. Quick charge 3.0 support fast charger is provided in the box itself. And I did some test, and it took 1 hour to charge the smartphone from 0 to 60%. It took 1 hour and 20 minutes for the smartphone to reach from 0 to 80%, and it took almost 1 hour 50 minutes to reach from 0 to 99% when the smartphone was switched off. The Xiaomi Poco F1 smartphone runs on Android 8.1 Oreo over the top of MIUI 9.6, and with some Poco specialized customizations. There's a Poco launcher which is quite impressive, and it is completely a gesture based smartphone. You can turn on gestures and turn off the on screen navigation buttons from the settings, going to the full screen display, and you will be able to use gestures to navigate the phone. So this was the review of Xiaomi Poco F1. I hope you liked it. There is also a written version of this review on the website. I will put the link in the description. You can go and read it. It is much more in detail and in-depth article talking about various aspects of the Xiaomi Poco F1 smartphone. So this is it. I hope you liked it. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care.